Hey Michelle, you alright, Kaya? Martinos. Sensei. You alright, Kaya? How you doing? As you're viewing, remember, make sure that you sign in the comments so we can put you on the register. Woo! It's warm in here. How you doing, Bob? You alright? Not too hot? Yeah? Good. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. Yeah, it's on. It's definitely on. Can you hear it? All right, Max. Hey, Jim. Okay, I know more people are going to be joining in as we go along, but I'm going to get started anyway. So we're going to be doing an overview of the Dragon and Junior grading module for this month. So again, we'll be reviewing their main technique, their falling, their falling and their self-defense. And in between, we'll be playing a quiz game. So if you see over here, we've got some bits and bobs. Basically, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I've got 4 different questions I'm going to ask throughout the lesson. First person to give me the right answer in the comments will get to pick one of these challenges for all of us to do. So this one is backdrops for 30 seconds. We've got a reaction game through the camera for like 10 seconds. We've got different challenges in there. So if you answer the question correctly, then you get to pick one of the challenges, but you don't know which challenge you're going to pick. They're going to be hidden underneath cones and dots. So you're going to tell me red cone, blue dots, whatever. Okay, so that's a game we're going to be playing through the class. That's the yellow cone. That was the blue. Red. Green dots, red dots, and black dots. So 6 different challenges, but only 4 questions. So you might have a horrible lesson where you end up with 4 challenges. Or you might have a really good one, you've got a couple of games as well. It's completely random and I'm feeling devious and mischievous. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to start with a quick warm-up. So bounce it around, get moving. Don't kick the dog. You can a little bit, don't kick the dog. Jogging on the spot. Pick knees up. Star jumps. If you joined in, you're a legend and we love you. Circle the arms. And the other way. And forwards, and backwards, and forwards, and opposites. And work the shoulders. Hands together, roll the wrists. circles. Ankles. Hey Karen, hi Aria. Make sure you're joining in. Okay, so we're going to start with the main technique for the Dragons and Juniors for this month. So we're going to start with the basics and we're going to build it up. We have done this technique a few times now, so I'm going to make the assumption that you kind of know what you're doing, so we're going to get a little bit more advanced with it. Okay, so for this technique, the basic footwork is a pivot, then a shift. For the little dragons, normally we accept just spinning around. I think you guys all know which technique I'm talking about now. We're going to get Trusty Bob, and we're going to use him as the reference point. Okay? So if I'm facing him, I will have my left foot forwards, and that might be mirror image. Okay? So if I say left, I mean left. Don't copy what you see in the mirror. First move is the pivot. So that's what we're going to practice first, okay? So you need to put your left foot forwards. Now this might actually be a mirror image right now, in which case it works. To do the pivot properly, your back leg, you're going to send it all the way around in a circle, like that. And again, notice my front foot doesn't go anywhere. So put your foot forwards, hands on your hips, and then one big pivot. And then do it again. And do it again. And just keep doing that until you throw up. Don't do that. Other foot forwards, you're going to go the other way. One big pivot. And again. Foot that's forwards does not move. We know for the younger students this is a bit of a brain melty thing. Don't move that one. This back foot goes around in the circle. So keep on having a go. Parents join in or help your child if they're struggling, if they're looking confused. Talk them through it. Sorry, phone blipped just then. That was weird. So keep on doing the pivots. Nice. Okay, so that's the opening movement for the technique. The second movement is the shift. So it's shift, whichever foot you've got forwards. Your feet don't move, and you twist around. And the other way. So if I show you from the side, whatever foot forwards, twist around, facing the other way. Twist around facing the other way. That's called a shift. Okay, so we'll do a few of those. Ready, shift, around that way, shift, the other way, shift, 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 pivot. Okay, so now we're going to play a game with that. Okay, I'm going to say pivot or shift. You've got to do the correct movement. If I catch you out, remember how many you've missed, and that is how many push-ups I want you to do at the end of the lesson. Okay, so get ready. It doesn't make a difference which foot forwards. Pivot. Pivot. Shift. Shift. Okay, so whatever I say, that's what you've got to do. I'm going to give you a second to get ready. Shift. Pivot. Pivot. Shift. Pivot. Pivot, shift. Shift, pivot. Shift, shift. Pivot. Shift. Pivot. So that's the basic footwork for the technique that we're going to be doing, okay? So now we're going to get back to Bob, Sensei Bob, sorry. So Sensei Bob is going to be parents or your partner who you're training with at home. I'm going to be what you're doing. Feel free to swap over as you do this, but the main focus is on the students, obviously. So I want you to approach their right hand. Stand with your left foot forwards like a mirror. You are going to roll down the arm as we practice in other lessons, but this time I need you to make sure that you start pivot and then shift. If you have to go slowly to get it right, fine. If you go wrong, fine, but try to do that. So left foot forwards, pivot, and then shift. And back to the beginning again. Left foot forwards to their right hand. Parents, make sure they're in the right place. Pivot, and then shift. Keep going. Try the other hand. So their left, student's right foot, pivot, and shift. No contact yet, no throw, no grabs. We're just getting directions and getting the movement. So keep going. Foot forwards, pivot, spinning on one foot, shift, twisting on both feet. Other side, pivot, and shift. Keep going. You right, Jane? Okay, Yummy. First quiz question. First question. The first person to get the right answer in the comments gets to pick the challenge. Staff, you're not allowed to answer the question unless nobody pipes up. This man, Soke Stratton, Teddy Stratton, was Sensei Ken's teacher. Before he was a sensei, he did many other things. One of them was a wrestler. What was his wrestling name? What was Soke Stratton's wrestling name? Does anybody know? If nobody can give me the right answer, I pick a challenge and it's doubled. Nothing yet, no guesses. I know there's a bit of delay on this sometimes. Soke Stratton's wrestling name, what was it? All right, staff, I know you don't know the answer, so someone shoot up in the comments. Soke Stratton's wrestling name was... Go on, Sensei, I know you want to. Tell us all. Boo! No! His name in wrestling was Dr. Kamikaze. Dr. Kamikaze. Apparently he was on TV and everything. Giant haystacks. Okay, so none of you got there in time, so I picked the challenge. I'm going to go for whatever is underneath the blue cone. What's under the blue cone? 30 seconds of backdrops. If you've not got space to do backdrops, and do squats instead, but you've got to do for as long as me. Get ready, go! And if you're not doing backdrops, do squats, but do something. Don't sit down, don't go, I'm not going to do it. Keep going. Almost there, you got 5 seconds left. Dr. Kamikaze, what an awesome name. And last one. Good, that's time. Okay, so that was your first question. We need to do better than that next time. Okay, so we're going to carry on with the technique. We're going to look at Stei's movements now. We're going to add the hands in. So, we're going to hold on to our partner's hand, right to right, like a handshake. You're going to do your first movement, which is the pivot, still holding onto the hand. Second movement, your shift, you're going to take the hand over and put it onto the shoulder. That's convenient. Don't throw yet. So approach, pivot, over the top and on the shoulder. If your parent's hand comes off, call an ambulance. Have a few goes at that. So hold the hand. I want to see that big pivot. Then the shift, and then reset. Keep going, try the other side as well. Big pivot, hands to the shoulder with the shift. Keep going. Do a few more rounds. Pivot, shift onto the shoulder. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the uke side of things, what uke is going to do. So we're going to move Bob out of the way. Uke, Start by sitting down. I'm going to assume now that you're an adult, okay? So I'm going to make you sit down so you're on height with your student. Hold your hand out. Fold the shoulder like I should have been doing. And from here, just by yourself, lower yourself down and then back up again. So hand out, fold it over, and back down. If your child is a bit taller, then go from your toes. Fold, sit down, and roll. If your child is tall enough, then obviously stand up. Fold, lean, and drop down. And if you guys are practicing that, the safest one obviously is on your bum like so. Fold over, lie down, and up. Other side. Fold over, lie down, and back up. Keep going. Fold it over, lie down, and back up. What's everyone saying? Are we all good? Good. Keep going. Fold over, lean back, fall. Whatever works for your height. Okay, we're going to put those the Shrey and the Yuka together in a second. Before we do that, I've got my second question for you. Second question. So make sure you're ready for this one. This one should be a little bit easier. The technique we've just been practicing, what is it called? The technique that we've been practicing, what is it called? First person to get the answer right in the comments gets to pick the challenge. The remaining options are a red cone, green cone, a yellow cone, green dot, red dot, and black dot. What is the technique we've just been practicing? Come on, Kaya, I know you know. The technique we've been doing, the folded arm and the backdrop. Yep, Sensei Martin got there first, no surprises there. Shihonage. Okay, Sensei Martin, which challenge? Green dot, red dot, black dot, red cone, or yellow cone? Nice and fast for us. The lag on this is painful. It must be horrible for you guys. Which one, Sensei Martin? Which one? Pick an option. Black dot, there we go, okay! Your challenge is a 30-second wall sit. Find yourself a piece of wall. Put your back against it. Walk forwards until your legs are flat, and we're going to go for 30 seconds. Get in position, get ready. If you want to go really mental, do this back to back with another person. Ready, go. 30 seconds starting now. I don't know why I was laughing, I hate this one. And I bet I'm the only person doing it. Make sure you're joining in, don't let me suffer in silence. Oh, I can see the comment, but I can't get up to read it. Oh, halfway. Woo! Five seconds left. 3, 2, 1. All right, that was the second question. Well done. Oh, I owe you for that one, Sensei. Okay, so what we're going to do now is have a look at the second technique for the kids, which is the double hand Nikkajo technique. Nice and fast, this one. So, parents, hold out both hands. Students, we're going to do the hands from the inside, go under, over, rest on top. We shall remember this one. Hands on the inside, loop, over, and swap. We've got to learn both sides of this. Remember, it's an exchange. It's not one person's go all the time. So parents on the inside, loop around, and on top. Keep on swapping over. If they're struggling, help them make the circle really big. Don't let go of the hand. Make sure your grip is fluid as they take control of your wrist. And it should be control, not pain. Don't try and hurt each other. Around and on top. So that's the hand work for this technique. Okay. Now we're going to put it together with the throw. So here, as they loop around, you should both still be in contact with each other. Students, you push them down to one knee, foot goes on, and then push away gently. They've learned how to fall over, so they should be able to do this without hurting themselves. And a few goes of this now. Grab hold, circle under, hands on top. Here, zigzag shape, hands on top. Push down, push away, and then swap. So student gets grabbed, gets put down, foot goes on, fall back, and back up again. Keep going. I've misplaced the clock for a second there. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a little reaction game. Every time I grab at the camera, I want you to loop your hands, push down, and push me away. Do not kick whatever you're watching me on. Okay? Every time I grab, then you do the technique. Okay? If I make you do it without grabbing you, then you owe me another push-up. Get ready? Good. Get ready. Did I trick you? I probably didn't trick you, did I? Grab! There we go. Oh, I didn't grab it. Got ya! Oh, time for the next question. Okay. So this one was about how well you were paying attention at the beginning of the class, if you were even here at the beginning of the class. I'm going to be surprised if anyone gets this one. At the beginning of the class, how many red cones could you see? How many red cones could you see at the beginning of the lesson when I was telling you about how to play this game? How many cones? The first right answer will pick the challenge, okay? How many red cones were there at the beginning of the lesson? So remember I had the dots and the cones in the middle of the floor. How many of those cones were red? If you've got no idea, have a shot in the dark anyway, you might be right. Remember, if nobody gets the right answer and I pick the challenge, it's doubled. You right, Kaylee? I'm going to give it a little bit longer. No, not one cone. Anybody else? No, not one cone. Not two cones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time out! Okay, obviously it was 3 cones, so I get to pick. Okay, we're going to go with whatever is under the green dot. Bit of fun. The sword block game. So I'm going to swing the sword from either side. Ah, but Stevie didn't type it, did she? So if I swing on this side, you got a block on this side. If I swing on this side, you got a block on this side. If I swing down the middle, you've got to get out of the way. Every time I hit you, that's another push-up you owe me at the end of the lesson. Get ready? There we go. Make sure you block. Don't shut your eyes. Why would you shut your eyes, but don't do it anyway? Out the way. Have I hit you yet? What's that? Squirrel! Okay. All right, last thing to do. How are we doing for time? Good, we're doing good. We're going to look at the falling for the little dragon module, which is the leaning backdrop. Okay, the leaning backdrop. So the normal backdrop, as you all know, is that one. So we're going to do a few more of those first. We did at the beginning. We're going to go slowly. Okay, so everybody copying along. Hands raised. Lower down. Tuck your chin. Sit down and rock backwards and forwards and up again. If you need to use your hands to get up at any level, at any rate, age, that's fine. Use your hands if you need to, okay? We're going to do a slow count to 5. H. Drop. Roll. Forwards and up. Knee. San. Hey, Becky. She. And go. Okay, so hopefully we can sort of warm back up to that. So now we're going to have a look at the leaning backdrops. We're going to make it fun again. So I'm going to take this sword, and just like the game we just did, I'm going to swing it at you. Whenever that sword comes through the camera towards you, I want you to limbo underneath it and do a backdrop just like the Matrix. Okay, so you're going to stand like this, and you're going to go backwards, backwards, and then drop down. If you're not falling over properly, just do the limbo thing, okay? So when that sword comes at you, big Matrix, lean backwards, and then reset if you're not falling. If I get you or I trick you, remember that's another push-up, so make sure you're paying attention. As it comes towards you, limbo, limbo, limbo. Good. Get ready again. Under the sword. This is where I punt my iPhone across the room by accident, because I'm getting carried away. Make sure you're leaning. Do every single time that sword comes towards you, leaning underneath, and then backdrop. Under the sword. One more, get ready. Nice one. Okay, so that brings us to our final question. Final question. As we all know, Sensei Ken was a pilot in the RAF. Pilots have call signs on their radio frequencies. What was Sensei Ken's call sign when he was a pilot? What was Sensei Ken's call sign as a pilot in the Royal Air Force? First answer in the comments gets to pick the challenge. First correct answer in the comments. And obviously Sensei and Sensei Joe, no. Give you a few seconds for that one to go through. We know it's been a bit laggy today for some reason. Don't know why, the weather's lovely. You should all be outside, not using your phones. Oh, Sensei Martin! Spoil sports. Yes, okay. Which challenge? Yeah, Sensei Ken's call sign was Kendo. How wicked is that? Okay, so you've got the red cone, the red dot. I prefer the first one, Jim. Nido. Yeah, red cone, red dot, or yellow dot, yellow cone, Sensei Martin. Which one? Green, green. Ooh. We've already had green. Red dot, red cone, or yellow cone? Red! Cone or dot? I'm going to have to make the choice for you in a second. Come Come on, cone or dot, cone or dot. Da, 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 da. Anybody cone or dot? Dot! Thank you, Jim! Oh, Jim! Zanshin for 30 seconds. Zanshin for 30 seconds. All right, no cheating. Find an area where you've got enough space to get your feet nice and far apart. Back leg must be straight, front leg must bend. Keep it nice and square. Keep your hands big, your arms out, don't get lazy. Get ready. 30 seconds, Zanshin starting now. Hold it. Do not get lazy. If you're watching your child practice and they stop doing this, hit them with something heavy. Keep going. I can see comments filing in now and I can't read them because I'm not going to cheat. You're halfway. At this point you should actually feel your back leg easing off as it accepts the posture. Keep going. 5 more seconds. There we go, there's your 30 seconds of Zanshin. Alright, let's see what was under the cones anyway, just so we can see what the other options might have been. I'm going into this one. This would have been a 10-stage sit-up. Yep, I hate that one, so thank you for not picking that one. And this one would have been the ball drop reaction game. Yeah, that was a bit of fun. It's always nice to torture arts with that one as well. Okay, so thank you for joining in. Sorry about the lag issues. It made things a little bit trickier, but hopefully you had fun. We covered the 3 subjects that the dragons and juniors will be grading on. So that's your Shihonage, your double hand Nikkajo, and the leaning backdrop. Whenever your child feels like they are ready to grade, all you need to do is to video them performing those 3 pieces and then send it to us for assessment. If it's good enough, then we'll get back in touch right away and say yes. If it needs some work, we'll tell you that as well. But have a go. Don't not have a go for fear of failure. Get over it and just try anyway, okay? So well done. Thank you for joining in, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!